Welcome back to the GNC Family Farms. What happens on the farm stays on the farm. But not today. We're going to let it all hang out. Well, it's Wednesday the 18th of June. Well, I got the videos all up. Last Wednesday's video was really late. I know. What can I say? Yeah, that video was up late, and then Sunday went out on Monday, so we should be back on track. This video will go and get posted. I'm not doing anything today. We got storms moving in, and it's been raining non-stop this week. So what I did this week is here and there, last night, my wife and I, she got off a little earlier than usual. She came out and helped me put up the tomato stakes. We pruned the tomatoes a little bit because they're growing crazy. We got some tomatoes already started and it's looking good. So we did some tomato stakes yesterday, and Monday, I'm trying to think what I did Monday. I've just been doing a little bit of here and there, and some of the things that I've been doing is some inside stuff because it is raining and nothing but mud out there. Most farms, that's what we have. We have mud, and here it is June, and it's crazy. Starting Saturday, we're going up into the 90s. Monday, it's going to be 98 degrees. Ouch! That's hot. Hot, if I say so myself. Because I'm a big guy, and I've got hair all over my body, and that's just the last thing I want. Especially here in Ohio, because we have humidity. Now today, it's stuffy. It's really humidity outside. It's not unbearable today because the sun's not out. Thank gosh. Hopefully that prevents the storms. We'll see. But yeah, we get these rain pours. As you saw the video there at the beginning, I posted that video there before we started this whole introduction and all that. So what I've been doing this week is, well, as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff here on the table, right? I got the pump in. B-bore sand baskets right there. This is the pump. So I'm excited to get this all hooked back up and get the pool really going. I've been running the little Mickey Mouse pump that comes with the pool, and that's really what it is. It's a Mickey Mouse pump. It doesn't do any good. It really doesn't. It doesn't push the water, it doesn't circulate the water, and it definitely doesn't filter at all. So I'm hoping this will be the cure of all, and we'll get moving on through the summer. But what I did this week is I kind of had some projects that's been sitting around, and I just haven't had really a chance to do it. Let me move this here real quick. Almost spilled the drink there. So what I did this week is do a couple things. My grandmother, actually my grandfather, let's just start there. My grandfather built grandfather clocks for each of the kids. My mom had one, my uncles had one, there's three. My other aunt she had one, and then there was a fifth one that was created. I think it was leftover project, or maybe he had the parts and he just created another one. Well, that went to Florida with the side of the family. I can't remember who they are, to be honest with you. Well, anyways, it came back to Ohio, and I have it, and when it came back to Ohio, it did not work. And for the last couple years, and it's really sad that I haven't had a chance to have someone come and take a look at it and see if we can't get it to work. Now my mom's got one that's in storage, as far as I know. Also, my grandfather there's a schoolhouse clock, and that hung in my grandparents' kitchen, and then my mom inherited it. I don't think, there might have been another schoolhouse clock too. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm trying to think of my uncle. I think, I don't know how many clocks he actually made. But one of the other clocks that was given to me, that had my name on it, that he wanted me to have, and that was a steeple clock. And it's beautiful. It's it's a little steeple. It sits on a mantle, and it's a steeple clock. A couple other projects that, well, a couple things else that he built was this birdhouse. This birdhouse right here. Uh, this set on a pole in my grandparents' yard when I was a little kid. That shows you how old this is because I'm 50 years old. So it was made before I was probably even born, to be honest with you. It could have been made around late 70s. I don't know exactly. I never really looked for a date or anything. Well, anyways, I've been sanding this down, getting it sanded so I can stain it again. I bought new, because it had plexiglass in it. I went to Lowe's, they cut it for me. So I got to sand this part of it. Some of it's going to be done by hand, and some of it's just going to be done by the sander that I have. And so I want to eventually get this put back on the thing. I'm trying to see if there's a date on here, but I don't see any dates because some of his stuff he made had dates on it, but I don't see a date anywhere on this when it was made. Another thing that was at my grandparents' house was a little wood. It was a woodpecker, and you'll got that working again. And like I said, these two things have been just sitting around on a shelf, and I said, well, one day I'll get to cleaning them up and get them back into operation. And so this week I had like really nothing to do outside because it's been raining nonstop. I mean, literally every day it's been rain. And now it hasn't rained today. Well, it rained last night, and I'm talking monsoon type rain. So there's that project that I got to finish up so that I get more sanding paper from my machine. So I can sand that up and get it all cleaned up and get it, that way I can stain it really pretty. And I think it'll be nice once I get it all sanded up and get it back into operation. It's really sturdy. It's really well made. So I'm excited about getting them two things back up because they were made by my grandfather's hands, and so it's very important to me to get these things back up. I should have done it way before now, but there's other projects that I have, and like I said, there's always something for me to do around here. Like I said, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to be getting this all set up, but yeah, this is gonna be nice. I'm excited about this. I made a bucket for the top of this because I saw on a TikTok video here. But yeah, I got a bucket that I cut out the pieces here where the hoses and stuff will be at, where these three hoses go at. So I got a 5-gallon bucket that I can sit on top of this and it will protect this head. Because we don't want to have that same problem again, right? So I'm excited about getting this all set up and get it put together. This one's a little different from other videos that I've seen. This doesn't have the little orange pieces that come off. I guess I should hold it up so you can see what I'm talking about. Because in the videos that I've seen people doing, you have to connect these like orange brackets that come off the side here, and this one doesn't have it. I was like looking around and no, it doesn't have any. So this just basically goes down in there, and it's got how much sand you can put in here. So I guess it just filters right here, which is good because I was like, this opening can be kind of tricky as it is. Matter of fact, I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's down in the basement, in the crawl space. See them white things right there coming off of it? That's what I'm talking about. I want to see this here real quick. Oh, I haven't had a chance to look at it. Nope, that isn't. That's totally different than this one. So, but yeah, as you can see, these white things here kind of prevents this from coming out. So, yeah, I was kind of glad it didn't have them. This one, and also the one that's out there, it's full with sand right now that I got to bring up. because it's got brand new sand in it. Like I said, I set that one up to run, and I thought these would be perfect flower pots. They have the drain pit right here, so any water that's in here will drain out anyway. So make a nice flower pot. That's what I'm going to do with it. So that gets the pipe out of it. Might even leave it in there. I don't know. So yeah, that's my little project today. And here's the company. It's, I think you say Bebor or Bebor, Bebor. I don't know how you say it, but it's going to hopefully be the answer to our pool problem. So yeah, that's my crazy midweek today. This morning I was going to do the video and talk about the birdhouse and the woodpecker and the clocks and all that, but we had a power outage that affected the whole area here and got turned back on about an hour ago. And trying to explain to an autistic child why her TV doesn't work. Yeah, that was a crazy conversation in the dark. Well, we sat around, we played games, and I showed her how to work her tablet because some of her things that I had downloaded, so I knew they would work. So once I showed her how the tablet could work, yeah, I was over playing the game, so she didn't want to play games anymore. But yeah, this pump here looks like it's going to be a really good pump. It's really sturdy. And it's got a bracket this will sit on. It's sitting over there behind you. So I think it'll work really good for us. I know it's going to be a lot better than what we got going on right now. That's all I have to say. Because yeah, this is really nice. It's got a new dial, pressure gauge on it, so I can be able to tell how much pressure is in there, and it'll tell me what the pressure tells you exactly when you should backwash and do all that stuff, or when it might be needed to change. So yeah, as soon as I get done here, I'll be going. I take the tractor back there because I'm not walking with that big old one of them drums full of sand. They're just too heavy. Oh, I'll tell you what, something's really cool that I put a bag in the other one. But this it's going to make it so much easier because this goes on top like this, and then you can pour your sand in, and you don't get no sand in the pipe. Now see what I did with the old one, because the old one didn't have that this thing. So and this doesn't stay on there. It's only when you're filling it up to the side there. I took a bag and I just covered it up, and then I pulled the bag off of the pipe, and it worked pretty good. I got a little bit of sand down inside the other one, but it wasn't nothing that would hurt anything. So, yep. But yeah, mention the sun. The sun's coming out now. And that's what the fear is. If the sun comes out, that heats more up, and that, of course, the atmosphere heats up, and then before you know, you got lightning, thunder, and rain, and yeah. You know, if you know, you know. I'm a little jacked up on Pepsi right now. Let's see, what else? Oh, I know. Mention of storms and summer. Summer actually begins on Friday. All right? Yeah, first day of summer is Friday the 10th. And it's going to come in like a summer. It's going to come in. Like I said, we are to see temperatures up in the high 90s. Especially next week. And I'm like, so, you got rain. Can't do much outside when it rains. So take care of the livestock, take care of the garden, make sure everything looks good and doesn't get flooded out. And then when all the sun, when the rain moves out, boom, we got high temperatures. Well, that means I'm going to have to get up really early in the morning and do whatever I need to do outside. That way by 11 o'clock or by noon at the latest, it's quit time. And then go in the house, and then come out late in the evening to do whatever else I need to finish up, because it'll be with my health issues and stuff like that. I can handle the mid 80s, upper 80s, and the humidity. I can handle some of that, but man, when you're talking 98 degrees, no. no. Hi, Milo. Come here, buddy. Milo has this thing on his face, and I don't know what it is. If any of you ever see anything like this, I thought they were scratches, because he's been getting in a fight with this one cat that we have running around here. And it looks like it's healing up a little bit. And it might. Yeah, I know. He's a good boy. He's a daddy's boy all the way. He always has been. But I put some medicine on it. He didn't care for that too well. Okay, you went down? There you go, buddy. But he's a good cat. But kind of got me a little worried because of the face issue. To me, it looks like scratches. The wife said, because our female cat, Millie, she had a couple like that on her face, like it looks like scratch marks, and it might be where they're digging themselves, with in case they got fleas. I should get them sprayed. Probably should do that, but they're farm cats, they grow just like the other cats. They could be fleas where they're scratching themselves. But like I said, they both have getting fights with this one cat. Good old Kiki. That's the name of the cat. It's actually the neighbor's cat. But I think it's a he. It might be a she. I don't know what it is. It's a cat. Anyways, that cat hangs around mostly in the back, around the gazebo. And then, of course, Gypsy, oh man, she does not like that cat at all. The only reason is because in the beginning Kiki was around here and Gypsy didn't care. Well, one day I let her out the front door, Gypsy, and Kiki just dug into her and she yelped, and after that, all bets are off now. That cat is like Target City. I know some of you probably like, yeah, that's the way to do it, dog. But I'm a cat lover. I'm a dog lover. I love all animals. I really do. As long as they're good, treat us good. They don't try to scratch you or anything like that. I don't have a problem. They can come around here. They kill mice. They run off any other predators. Millie, she's the hunter. She's always dragging the mice out of here. So I'm like, go ahead, take it wherever you go. And she takes it out there and plays with it, throws it up there. It's hilarious. Yep. So she comes in here and hunts the mice down, and that's what they're here for, But they're both still very lovable cats. They do. They kind of, when they see me walking, they will get down on their backs and lay there on their belly so I can rub their belly. They both do it. It's the funniest thing. But I love all animals. I really do. Really do. Oh. Yeah. It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This video will be probably released tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Like I said, I'm going to get this set up. It shouldn't take that much to do. And I didn't know this because I've never had, well, I take it back. When we got together, we had a house and it had a pool. But I don't remember, because we had a guy, the people before had a guy that would come and take care of the pool for us. We had to do was make sure we backwash once in a while. He showed me how to do that. But I never had to mess with the filter or anything like that. But the directions there I was reading, I didn't know this. It says fill that thing up halfway with water, and then put the thing down, put the sand cap on top, and then you pour your sand in there. I didn't know that. I wouldn't have known to do that. So I'm glad I kind of read the directions, because I'd be like, just throw sand in there, But if you all know that, then I'm happy that you know that put water in your thing first. But no one's ever taught me how to do it. So I just kind of winged it, dinged it, but I do have a video that I saw on TikTok. I follow a guy who does different things with pools and stuff, and he made a homemade heater, and I really would like to get a homemade heater. put in on ours. And basically he took black tubing piping, kind of like it would be kind of similar to this hose, but it's a little bit more flimsier. You probably know what I'm talking about. It has ridges like this, but it's more flimsy, and it's black. And he made it, basically takes it and coils it, puts it down in a wooden box. Okay, he built a wooden box for it to sit down in, and he drilled holes on both ends, so that way the water comes in, and when the water runs all the way through for it, so then it comes out to the pool, and which heats up. I've seen several people, I even looked it up on YouTube if that's accurate, or for instance, on top of the wooden box you build, you put like plexiglass, or he put like it's like a plastic fiberglass roofing. You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember what they call it. No, it's not. No, I can't remember what they call it. But it lays down there, and it's a slant, so that way any water doesn't lay on top of it when it rains, but it runs right off. Hey, if it works, it works. If it don't, I think I got enough out back here to do this project. I just got to build the wood box, get that piece of plastic to put over top of it, and see if it works. That's all we can do. I'm always about redneck engineering, so if that works to heat my pool up, hey, I'll take that. Well, from next week it would be, or actually this weekend starting, starts Saturday, and then we're going into Thursday, I guess, 90s. With temperatures like that, yeah, that pool is not going to stay cold for long. And even if it is cold, it probably would feel good to get in there. So, all right, I don't have much else to say. Yeah, they gave me this thing to go here. I think this goes like this, but I already have longer ones, and I'll keep this like I do everything else. Never know when I could use something like this, or it could be used as a quick backup. I might actually put it on the drain part and let it run out that way instead of having a big hose. I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing yet. Maybe I'll just hit myself in the head. But anyways, we say right here on the farm, peace, love, and joy, and happiness comes from knowing our Lord and Savior. And I just hope you all have a blessed week. Like I said, tomorrow's Thursday and Friday Eve. Yes. The wife got surgery on Friday for her mouth issues, and so that'll be a blessing. And once that's taken care of, so Friday and Saturday I'll be a little maid taking care of the wife. Her work told her to take off Sunday just to get a doctor's excuse, because it was such a dramatic mouth distraction or attraction. They're taking stuff out of her mouth. She'll probably be swollen, and I started laughing. I said, "Yo, I'll be 40. Hello, this is Bertram." You imagine getting that call, or you call into the call center, and you know how you get the forwarders. You probably think that my wife would be a forwarder in the way if your mouth was all swollen. But anyways, that's pretty much it, boys and girls. I just, like I said, this week's been kind of a indoor, do some little projects. It's just, that's a hot one. And on top of that, you got all that moisture, and just goes up in the atmosphere and just makes the humidity even worse. Here in Ohio, that's one thing that's bad, is sometimes humidity. It isn't so much the heat that gets you, it's like humidity. Humidity will get you every time. But anyways, I love y'all. We will see you on the next video. Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.
I wake up every morning, see the sunrise on the land. Fields of gold and rolling hills built by God's own hand. There's a Bible on my table and a flag out by the gate. In this land of faith and freedom, we stand up proud and pray. This is Jesus' country, where the eagle flies high.